So yes, hello and welcome everyone to the Easy Mod Invitational 2. For our first match, we'll be having Badeu versus Goink. Yeah. They forgot to enable no fail. Seems. So yes, it took us a little while to get the stream set up all running. As, it had to do like a bunch of skinning and graphics and all that, but looks like everything is in order now. You can do !skin in the chat if you want it. Did it exclusively for this tournament. It has a couple of original elements, but a lot of it is just a bunch of stuff that has been copied from other skins. But yes, looks like that was some touchscreen intended warm-up, but Badeu still ended up taking the win. I assume that's because he went easy and Goink decided to int this. I guess that's you know you pick your warm-up and it's touchscreen intended, and then you lose. It can be kind of embarrassing at times, but that's fine. That's fine because shit happens, as we all know. Anyway, that was Goink's warm-up, I would guess. And looks like we'll have Badeu's warm-up next, which is Ares Special Insane, which is going to be very poggers. I do not have poggers enabled. I'll do that for next stream or something. Actually, I won't. The text is better. It's become a word. God, I love area maps. Well, it seems like Goink is doing pretty well on this map, actually. Ooh, of course, leading on the act department, but I mean, this is score v1, who cares? Let's be real. Unless both players are FCing, we can just basically just alt-tab. Goink does not end up, I don't know if that was an FC, but ends up breaking right at the end there. And that should be the warm-ups done. Alright, looks like we have both players going for roll. It's pretty close, but I mean, it's RNG. Roll numbers are simply a mundane fact in life that we just choose to make exciting. For no real reason other than for the sake of making it exciting. Exclamation mark roll in the chat. If you want to do a little roll yourself, see if you can beat the players' rolls. So it looks like we have everyone pretty much beating the players. So yeah, you would have gotten first pick. Congrats. Alright, looks like we'll have Goink banning out Yoyami Hanabi. Kind of expected. So this kind of weird alt slash 1/6 or whatever burst map. I can definitely see a touchscreen player being not too comfortable with that. badeu currently contemplating what to ban. And he will be banning to open your mind. I think that's his ban. Very weird ban. Maybe Goink is just godlike. And yeah, that was actually badeu's ban. So badeu banning the Easy HD stream map. Didn't expect that. Goink is gonna go ahead and pick Sayonara Waltz. So yes, Sayonara Waltz. This map is, it's kind of the, what would you call it, node density pick of the pool. So it's really fast, and the angles are actually really hard to read on easy. Especially, the angles of the sliders, if that makes sense. So, unless you know exactly what you're doing, you're going to get a lot of 100s on sliders. But, yeah. Not a lot of streams on this one. Pretty much just single taps. Pretty simple map overall. It's one of the more difficult picks to read in the pool, though. Mechanically, it's one of the easier ones. Both players starting out pretty strong here. Should be coming up right now. This is where most of the break should happen. Those reverse sliders can be kind of tricky since the placement of them isn't really consistent. So you can really misread and oh, Goink! Actually not missing, that was just the turning client. Looks like the turning client still counted the miss for some reason, and it showed Goink having an A rank. I'm pretty sure he has an S rank, so turning client just playing some tricks. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Looks like both players are still FCing. Looks like they've both practiced the pool. Ooh, Badeu having a little bit of a tricky moment there, almost breaking. I think he misread the timing of the slider, hitting it a bit late. Could have been a miss. Yeah, Badeu definitely leading with the ack here, which gives him the lead, but one break will instantly flip that over. Even some hundreds, actually. Most of Goink's hundreds were in the start, so. Alright, we have one last hard part for the end here, but it looks like Badeu is doing really nicely. Only a couple of hundreds. Looking to be a two-way FC here. I mean, Badeu could throw this at any moment, but he's looking pretty comfortable. And that will be it. Badeu takes the first point. Really well done. I mean, it's not Goink's fault for picking this map. It just happened to be that Badeu got the better of him. Goink played really well, getting actually pretty decent ack. Most of those errors were at the start, so pretty much against any other player, Goink would have won. So just happens to be unlucky to be matched against Badeu in the first round. Qualifier pool had a lot of stream picks, which isn't really touchscreen friendly, so I can see why Goink had a bit of an unlucky run there. Qualifier pools in general aren't really balanced around touchscreen players, and looks like the tourney client has some buzzing going on. I'll turn the sound off for now before the next pick. That was obnoxious. Some anime sounds. That's better. So yes, we have Nano Death. Easy halftime. This map, it's not too difficult to read. It has a couple of difficult sections where you have like a stacked note on top of the slider. You can get some orders wrong in that, but otherwise it's really just the note density. It can really screw up your aim. So I doubt we're going to see that many misreads here, and more just misaims if we're going to see misses at all. Of course, Goink, as the touchscreen player, is going to have to watch out for those streams. There's quite a lot of them. They have to be pretty stacked, so with the high circle size of, or the low circle size of easy, rather, you could... I would imagine it's doable with touchscreen, the streams. Definitely interesting to see how this ends up going. The tourney client's playing some tricks, let me press the panic button. Let's hope that fixed it. It's still playing those tricks. The stream is watchable though. Yeah, we're definitely getting some weird moments here. But anyway, we are in the chorus now. And Badeu ends up... Yeah, that's the stack on the slider I was talking about. Badeu ends up misreading right there. That was the part I was talking about. That was a little tricky to read. And, well, I did warn you. Ooh, Goink ends up missing on a slider, but, Goink has a lead now. Badeu ended up building some combo after that. Yeah, the turning client is looking really weird right now. Badeu's cursor is going all over the place. Don't know what's going on. Might need to restart the client. Don't know if that's gonna help though. We'll manage for this match, though. Now, looks like Badeu has built out this combo back and actually regained the lead. Going not too far behind, oh, except when he misses. That was a pretty tough part, so you can definitely expect some misses there, but that is unfortunate for goink. Badeu seems to be running away with this lead right now. Gotta remember that it's easy halftime, so 300k point discrepancy is actually quite a lot. I'll definitely be restarting the client. goink has a little miss at the end there, but goink seemed to actually do pretty well on the streams overall. Been having the lead over badeu at one point, so yeah, actually almost assessing that end stream there. Goink seems to be doing pretty well. The streams here. Alright, I'm gonna be restarting the turning client real quick, so give me just a moment. Hope that fixes the that we had. Alright, looks like we're back now, and I'm not hearing any weird sounds, so let's hope that fixed it. Not been decided yet. Next pick, okay, next pick is Miracle Hinako. Goink's pick. Okay, this is an AR0 easy pick. Alright, so, yes, Miracle Hinako, this map is by Mirage. It's an unranked map, and this is an AR0 edit of that map, and we will be easy. This map has a few tricky to read patterns. Most of the reading difficulty just comes from it being AR0. Otherwise, it's not too complicated. Obviously, AR0 brings in a lot of focus issues as well. So misaims can happen as well. There's this one section, 3/4 into the map, as like it's like a 1-2 section. That one's very tricky. So gotta watch out for that one, especially. But otherwise, this map is fairly simple and consistent throughout. With these two players, don't think we see that many misses. Could end up being a act battle. And here we go. Starting out with a few hundreds. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Going with a nice SS, but of course that can change anymore. First course here. Ooh, goink with a misread! Misread the rhythm there. That I did not expect that to happen. It is not the most difficult pattern. Probably just tournament nerves getting in. Goink's head there. That is an unfortunate miss. That is a 1-1 gap in the rhythm, and I believe Goink tried to play it as a 1-2. That was very unfortunate for Goink. But I mean, that's what happens when you misread. Badeu takes the lead. The most difficult sections of the map are definitely those sections before the course. With those jumps. They're not really air zero friendly. Ooh, and Badeu, he ends up misaiming there. He is definitely not happy about that. The smoke goes wild. Now that air zero does that to you. You start to focus on the next note a little too early, and you end up missing your aim completely. Eyes aren't where they used to be. And there's that 1-2 section I was talking about 3/4 in. Badeu does end up missing there, but at this point Badeu's lead is way too strong. Don't think Goink can really bring this back. Over another point going to Badeu. Misreads on both sides, but Goink's ended up being a little more fatal than Badeu's. That will be that. Go. Alright, looks like Badeu's pick is next. Alright, looks like we have Badeu picking Kagentsuki. ET map, I believe. This is not the map I'd expect to be picking against a touchscreen player. But of course Badeu is very comfortable on easy DT, so I can see that. This map, probably one of the easier maps to read in the pool. There are some sections that sort of seem hard to read, but it's like, if you just know, like, the general flow of the map, even if you haven't read the pattern like correctly, you'll still hit it. Just because of the flow of the map. There's a couple of patterns like that, so I don't expect any misreads coming out from these two players. Of course, it is easy, so mistakes can happen. But yeah, mostly we're just gonna see jumps. GT jump map, I believe this is around 270 BPM. So yeah, beginning isn't really too difficult. It has some difficult sections that can be kind of annoying. But if you're paying attention, you shouldn't really miss in the beginning. Here we go. First course. First difficult patterns. Like, both players made it through just fine. Goink, suffering a bit of back. Looks like they're fine. That's one of the more difficult sections to aim in the map. Looks like both players actually managed to get through that. Should be watching out. There's this one triangle section that's in a bit. That's a bit tricky. So let's see if anyone misses there. I believe it is in this section right here. Yep, that was the triangle right there, and both players hit it just fine. So, we're going to be moving into the end section right here. Both players FCing. badeu, of course, with much better accuracy. The story in the first map seems to be the story here again, and isn't particularly difficult. So I'm not really expecting. Ooh, I said what I wasn't expecting badeu to miss, but there's a goink missing. So there goes all of Goink's chances to come back on this. Of course, if badeu even gave a chance at all, it seems badeu is just gonna see this. But yeah, Goink is in a pretty bad situation. I believe it is their pick next. So let's see what happens. I think I might be expecting Mimosa here. badeu expressed not being too hot on that map in terms of play. And I do remember Goink getting some decent scores on that, so we could be seeing Mimosa. Looks like badeu is even pushing it. Looks like Goink will not pick Mimosa, but instead go for Illusionary White Traveler. Very nice song and map. Song from the Stage 4 boss of Touhou 16. And the map being parachutes. Parachute, of course, symmetric mapper. This map is, you're gonna see symmetric patterns, nothing too difficult to read. Mostly just slider aim, so it's gonna be some difficult slider ends. That should be about it with this map. It's I'd say one of the easier picks in the pool. But we'll see. This could end up being another ACK battle. Those slider ends do end up hurting ACK quite a lot. I don't know how it is for Goink. I cannot speak for a touchscreen player, but I can speak for badeu. Slider ends will be dropping. Both players starting out pretty strong here. Of course, this is a map that gets sort of progressively harder as it goes on. Ooh, and goink with a misread there. That is really unfortunate. I believe they went into the notes in the wrong order. That happens. But this ends up being a really good opportunity for Badeu to just steamroll this. The harder part should be starting up right about now, so goink still has a chance if Badeu ends up missing right at the start here. Ooh, but goink ends up missing themselves. Not looking too hot. And Badeu is just going on with it. Gameplay speaks for itself. Badeu's doing really nicely with these siders here. Great accuracy. And that's about the map. Badeu's gonna take a 5-0 sweep over goink. Goink did put up a really nice fight, so I'm definitely gonna commend her for that. But that seems to be it. Goink is gonna be dropping into the losers bracket, so still another chance for Ace. But it was a very tough opponent to face first round, not gonna lie. And despite doing really well, it doesn't seem to have been enough. And looks like the players do want to play Mimosa. I don't mind. It's up to the referee, of course. We still have a bit under half an hour till our next match, so it have some nice show match here. Probably not the last time we'll be seeing Mimosa on the stream, but this is a very popular map for easy players. People who aren't easy players, not very popular. But this is a map created by Aerie and myself. And this is the easier diff of the set. There's two difficulties. There's Toul and Mondelieu. And Toul is, as I said, is also the only no-mod pick in the map pool. Yes, we have a no-mod pick in the easy tournament. Of course, it is A or 0, and you can still pick easy on this if you want. It is free mod. Easy on this might actually be a very good idea. I haven't really expressed it in, anywhere, but easy, even with the 0.5x multiplier, is very useful on these very Air 0 no-mod picks. As Air can't go any lower, so that's not going to really hurt. Yeah, it looks like goink ended up missing there. Of course, this is a show match, so there are no stakes involved. This is just the players wanting to play this cool map. Bit of an ego moment calling my old map cool, but players did seem to agree. badeu still at seeing. He had a really close call earlier. He hit a really early note. And there's misread from both players on the same note. That stack is a bit tricky. And here's a section with a bit of a difficult rhythm switch. And it looks like our turning client is not doing too well. I'm getting a disconnect. I really hope that badeu isn't being... I mean, it's not Ootsuha servers being servers, but it looks like we're fine now. Of course, this is a map that gets progressively harder. We're not necessarily yet in the hard sections, but we're about to be. Here comes the first hard section. Let's see if players can hit it. Ooh, badeu ends up missing, but goink actually hits it. Very nice. Ends up missing here on this ending section. Very difficult part. Rhythm choice is what it is. But if you can be really daunting, but if you just focus, you can actually quite easily hit those patterns. You gotta just, you know, open your eyes a little more and get a few centimeters closer to the screen, and you'll hit it. It's very tough, but Air Zero does that too. Yeah, just hit it forehead. But yeah, that will do it for the match. badeu does end up taking it to 5-0. If we could have a exclamation mark bracket in the chat. Let's see. Our players' next opponents will be. Let me real quick just Right, looks like badeu is going to be going up against Gambler next. A tough matchup for both of them. That's a very early badeu versus Gambler. And looks like goink will be going up against... And goink will be going up against OG, so... goink versus OG and badeu versus Gambler for next matches. Yes, as for the stream, we do have another match going on right now. We have Ootsuha versus Unique. That seems to be the most interesting match, so we can go over there for the time being. A bit off schedule. We're going to be switching back to Miliaref versus Shiox when that happens. But for now, let's go watch some Unique versus Ootsuha. Looks like they are also on Seoul. And Ootsuha seems to be in the lead. Seoul here. Looks like this is not actually the only match going on at the moment where Mimosa is being played. Also, Dead Zone versus Hifu has Mimosa going on right now. And with Aerie versus map is Toda Streep. And oh, looks like we have a tiebreaker situation between Unique and Ootsuha. I was just about to ask what the situation was, but then Storm got picked. So we are right on track with a tiebreaker between Unique and Ootsuha. I'm not actually, I didn't actually ask to be ad refed on this lobby, so we do not have the chat right now, but that's fine. You don't need the chat for the tiebreaker. We'll be swapping to another match as soon as the tiebreaker is over anyways. So yeah, let's see how this one's gonna go. Hey, hi. There we go. Switch back to the match so we can see the chat. And looks like we have Unique saying, "You said you're also sight reading this," which implies that Unique is sight reading this as well. So we're gonna have two sight reads on Storm. So yes, this is a tiebreaker situation between Unique and Ootsuha. The winner moves on to play against Ekoro, I believe. So I'm gonna be real. Kind of a lose-lose situation, but I guess it's an honor to go against Ekoro, so that's a win. But hey, we have Storm as the tiebreaker. Ooh, Ootsuha goes a little late into that slider, ends up breaking, but of course it's just the beginning of a very long and difficult map. And we have both players breaking. Not going to even the score really, but we have a match. Let's talk about Storm while we have a bit of a calm section going on. Yeah, Storm has a lot of these, well, calm sections. They have a bit of tricky angles, so you can still miss on these. Ooh, Ootsuha actually almost missing there, reading a 1-1 note as a 1-2. But yes, Storm has these hard parts. There's streams, as we can see there, and there's also some 1/3 triplets, as they say. Those aren't necessarily tricky to read on sight read, but they can be very difficult to aim, especially since they're followed up by some sliders. Can be very easy breaks. Yeah, there's that 1-3 section. Not the most difficult sight read, but yeah, followed up by a slider can definitely lead to some breaks. I believe Ootsuha almost broke there. Went a bit late into the slider. Could have been a break, but doesn't seem like it was. Alright, looks like we have our hard section coming up right now. Both players with the exact same combo, just hitting 7-2-7. Ooh, and Ootsuha with a misread there, reading the 6 and the 7 in the wrong order. That is very bad for Ootsuha. Unique's going to take the lead that he already had, and that's not going to be too hot. First, Unique can still fail on this difficult part, as in not fail because you still have 2 lives, but miss on this difficult part, and you know, maybe Ootsuha pulls out some miracle comeback, but this does seem to be in Unique's favor right now. very heavily so. Ooh, Unique does end up breaking, but that is a 3 million lead. I don't know if FCing the rest for Ootsuha could make that up. Maybe. I don't believe the rest of the map is particularly more difficult than anything before this, so if Unique ends up breaking a bit more, you could maybe see a comeback for Ootsuha. Ootsuha is building up a really nice combo, so this is definitely possible for Ootsuha to come back. Both players are, of course, sight reading, as we just found out. That was a difficult 1-3 section, but looks like both players managed to survive through that. Looks like Ootsuha is really bringing this close. This could be a nail-biter. But yeah, Unique does have a combo. Difficult streams here, but both players end up SSing them. Unique not breaking here. Ooh, but then Ootsuha breaks. Yep, that's it. Unique doesn't break, and that's pretty much going to seal it. No fails are going to be happening with both players still having 2 lives, and it's just a spinner. So that is it. Unique is going to be taking the tiebreaker against Ootsuha. We didn't get to see the rest of the match, but that was a very exciting match at the end there. Definitely had some great potential for a comeback for Ootsuha, but Unique just held on, and actually that seems to be a maybe 1x slider break for Unique. Very nice score, 700s. This is definitely one of the more difficult maps in the pool. Especially for a sight read. Wow, that is a very good score by Unique. That's going to be that. We're going to quickly switch over to Miliaref versus Shiox. The lobby has been made. Of course, there's still 10 minutes till that map is. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Looks like Eri versus Korean Maluko is still going on. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that match while I go AFK for just a bit. Whoops.
今咲き乱れる桜の花風